This is a special broadcast based on an article that I stumbled upon, and it has to do with national security and the Congress that you have elected to represent you. I've never voted. Not in years and years and years of being an adult. Adult. Always just allergic to it. But anyway, what we have here is that I came across an article at news.antiwar.com. And here's what it says. Former security officials, outlawing indefinite detention for suspects would reward terrorists. Okay, so this is what it spells out to. In an open-ended war spanning the entire planet, officials have had plenty of time to make outlandish proclamations. Today, a letter in PDF form, and that's a link. Today, a letter from several former security officials took a stab at being the most galling such statement so far in the war. That's a really gibberish sentence. Bear with me. The letter addressed to the House Armed Services Committee Chairman Representative Buck McKeon, Republican, California, attacks the recent efforts by Representatives Adam Smith, Democrat, Washington, and Justin Amash, Republican, MI. Is that Missouri or Michigan? To roll back the indefinite detention without charges in military custody portion of the National Defense Authorization Act of 2012. The letter argues that any change in the law that would restrict the ability of the federal government to indefinitely detain suspects without charges would amount to rewarding terrorists and would make terror attacks more likely. I'll tell you what makes terrorist attacks more likely. You want to know what that is? That is, well, I'll put it this way. If some motherfucker came and killed my wife and killed my baby and killed my friends, then I would definitely become a so-called terrorist. Certainly. Okay, so the letter argues that any change in the law, NDAA, that would restrict the ability of the federal government to indefinitely detain suspects without charges would amount to rewarding terrorists and would make terror attacks more likely. It goes on to claim that removing the law would be unconstitutional because, and get this, it would restrict the president's ability to fulfill his constitutional duties as commander in chief. Can you smell? What is that? What is that? What, oh yeah, it smells like Oh, I got it. That smells like dictatorship. Yeah. Yeah, the full-blown flower of dictatorship. I smell it now. I know where. Yeah, okay. Yeah, dictatorship. Representative Smith defended the efforts to ensure that people arrested actually eventually get to a court. Thank you, Representative Smith. And might I also add, fuck you, Representative Smith, because you are only like a weather vane, swiveling whichever way the wind fucking blows. So, fuck you, Representative Smith. Fuck you to the core. Representative Smith. And fuck all of you politicians. You're only swinging that way because you're afraid of losing your position. So fuck you, sir. Representative Smith defended the efforts to ensure that people arrested actually eventually get to a court, saying that the letter was disingenuous and purely political. Well, Representative Smith, I assume from this quote that you are completely ingenuous and you have never been purely political. Well, fuck you, sir. Because to get to the place where you are, you have to have been political. But, hats off. At least you are trying to butter your bread on the right side of the slice. You maggot. Though Congress cheerfully passed the NDAA by a wide margin, a massive public backlash against the law has a number of its former proponents looking for cover. That includes you, Representative fucking Smith, and fearing that their support for indefinite detention could harm their reelection. Now, I'm going to look at my broadcast time. Okay, so I still have some space here. I will say this. The last time that I flew into the continental United States, I was confronted by a big black mama behind the immigration counter. She took one look at my disembarkation card and into the computer, looked at the screen, and took out a big red magic marker and across my card and said, "Go over there." And I went over there and I was interviewed at length by a pizza-faced, stupid, marshmallow soul motherfucker. Maybe 22 years old, thought he was like the guy on CSI Miami. You know, like, what do you really do in Korea? Well, I teach English. Ah, but what do you really do? What do you really do in Korea? Well, check my fucking visa, you asshole. I teach English. Yeah, but what else do you do in Korea? Well, you pizza-faced prick. I'm an English teacher, and that's what it says in my, you know, it's like, so, long story short, you know, my own brother wants me to come to his wedding and be his best man. And I'm sorry, I'm a chicken shit. I'm so afraid to fly to America and face the TSA and to perhaps be admitted and then put on the no-fly list so that I cannot return to my fucking livelihood in Korea. I'm afraid to travel to the States. There, I said it. I'm afraid. I'm scared. I'm scared to go home. I mean, what kind of fucking world is this? And I will reiterate, American men, what kind of fucking men are you that you will allow your wives to go through naked body scanners and you'll sit there while fucking goons palpate your children, and you whip out your camera and you fucking videotape it? I would be wailing that goon in the fucking head. I'd be smashing his face into the fucking concrete floor with the help of my other male friends. What the fuck has happened to American manhood? What the fuck happened to you guys? I already got my answer. I showed Korean guys naked body scanners on the internet, and I said, what would you do if that appeared in your country? And they said, we would get a posse with aluminum baseball bats and we would go smash it to smither fucking ins. So you American men have got some fucking soul searching to do. Ted Pike is a real American man. I mean, come on. You're gonna send your wife through a fucking naked body scanner? The fuck is wrong with you? Okay, so I gotta close. This is James Fargon. on May 17th, 2012. And I hope you get the point and spread the message. Over and out.